and I was looking up the because I can't was let me just Ujima, Ujima. It was in the third principle. These are 7 principles called Nguba Saba. Okay, Nguba Saba. And so each day we take a principle. This was developed in 1965, and it was taken from 7 principles that really had to do with getting American Blacks or African American Blacks to embrace who we were as Africans. And so every year, right after Christmas, we started celebrating the 7 days of Kwanzaa. So Umoja was the first, and that was unity. We strive to maintain unity within the family, the community, the nation, and the race. And we give gifts and we light a candle for Umoja, or Kuji Shakalia, self-determination, to define and name ourselves, as well as to create and speak for ourselves. Now, the one this relates to, interesting enough, is Ujima, collective work and responsibility to build and maintain our community together and make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and to solve them together. And then right after that, it says Ujama, cooperative economics, to build and maintain our stores, shops, and other businesses and to profit from them together. That's what you're talking about. That's what the Bemeliki, you said community, you said trust, and I can't think of the third one you said. But all of that was being taught to us under the banner of every year go through and reconfirm Kwanzaa. Unfortunately, it started in 1965 and it kept up and people participated, but it started waning and we started going back to not being what you guys are, which is together as a community with community economic development. So we lost some things because we lost that African heritage of community for the community. And as beautiful as you do it now, because now is the time that we need to come back, and we are together as a community helping each other grow. And now we've got the resources, meaning the dollars, to help do that. But what we don't have is what you just described, where we get to get, well, that's not true. There's some people who are getting together, what they call alliances, Black alliances, and doing the same kind of thing. So you're on an excellent point that you guys have done from the very beginning, that we started lost, but now we're coming back. So to the brother who's here, yes, find somebody, some group. Trust is so important because that's what we got to do. We got to get trust back for our people, and then we can go forward. So I applaud you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank you, Brother Bill. Thank you. That was very good. Thank you. So I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna move on to the next guest, and then after we're gonna come back to any question. If it's okay with everyone there, just to let you guys know it's live on Facebook as well. Wow. Okay, Mari. Hello, Mari.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Good evening, or whatever your time is. If you don't know me, my name is Marie Kimbi, and I am a Cameroonian YouTuber based in Cameroon. So today we have a Cameroonian Nollywood actor in the building, and due to health issues, I'm just going to allow the host to take over for me. Thank you so much.
all right, guys. Again. So Marish is not feeling very well today, so she's not going to be able to speak a lot. And I'm going to go through. She's supposed to be going through the interview with the guest today. So I'm going to go ahead and ask him a few questions. If you guys got any question about anything, just feel free to ask him as well. So his name is Elvis Akoni Tim. Elvis, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good, and you?
All right, you don't want to put your camera on?
Please put your camera.
Yeah.
I mean, you really don't have to. I mean, if you can put it, that'll be fun. But if you somewhere you don't want to put it, that's perfect.
Hello?
Yes, Elvis, how you doing?
I'm okay, and you?
I'm good. So, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, we're really happy to have you here today. I know that you're very, very busy, man. But if you can spare your time, be here with us, it's quite amazing. So, I'm gonna start with the first question. Who's Elvis, anyway?
Yeah, I am Akoni Elvis Tim. I'm a Cameroonian. A Nollywood actor and a producer.
Okay. Yeah. So, what tribe are you from, Elvis?
I'm coming from the Northwest region. To be precise, I'm coming from Boyo Division,
Okay. So, is it classified as Bakweri?
No,
Kosi?
it's Northwest.
Oh,
No,
you're from Northwest. You're not from the South. It's from Northwest. Okay.
From Northwest, yes, from Northwest.
I'll probably Chika. Is it Chika? Yeah.
Come again?
So you Chika?
No.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Elvis, what's Nollywood? I mean, a lot of people here probably hear of Nollywood, but can you explain a little bit of what Nollywood stand for?
Yeah, Nollywood is in Nigeria. It's an association of filmmakers in Nigeria. So the Nigerian film industry is known as Nollywood.
Okay. Just like we got Hollywood, you got Bollywood, and then what's the Cameroon movie industry called?
In Cameroon, call it Hollywood.
Okay.
Call it Hollywood in Cameroon.
Okay. I don't know if anyone got any questions so far before we can move on.
How did he get involved in this?
I got a few questions also.
How did I get involved in all this? Yeah, thank you, sir. So normally, by profession, what I studied in school, I am an architect. So meaning I draw plans of houses, I build houses. So that's what I studied in school. But when you say passion, something you love doing was filmmaking. Mm-hmm. So it started when I was 8 years, I always loved to be around camera. I love dramas. I love all the type of things in school, primary school. So it became so deep in me that I cannot do without it. So I started making some films in Cameroon, just featuring some few parts. Anywhere I see this, I audition, I rush. I love to see myself in the camera, So I discovered that the talent is moving. So I have to focus on that because I wanted to be like other big actors in the world, So I had to start pursuing the dreams. Mm-hmm. So I started in Cameroon. I did some films in Cameroon before I went to Nigeria, Wow. Because I believe because I believe in Africa. Nigeria they have a big industry. Due to the state of Cameroon, we believe that we don't support our own, Nigeria is big. For me to be known and to stand out my talent, to sell out my talent, I must join Nollywood. So I went there because I know that's where the market is, because the support, those people, they love to support, and I think when it comes to entertainment, they're coming first in Africa, and they have the market as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I have a question. Have there been any discussions on for us in the film industry in Nigeria or anywhere in Africa or reconnecting with the African Americans here? Because a lot of the movies that are filmed here, some they go overseas and film movies. So have there ever been any discussions on filming movies here in America with African Americans and touching on, certain topics within the movies? Have that ever been a discussion, or is that an idea for the future?
No. I've never had the opportunity.
Okay.
I've never
Would
had
you
the
like doing something like that?
Just come again.
Would you like doing something like that?
Because I don't get too well.
Say that one more time.
Huh?
Say that again.
Yeah, I didn't get you well.
He's
I said,
asking if you would
have
like to do something like that.
Yeah, I will love. I'll be very happy. Yeah, I'll be very happy to see the big actors in America, to do films with them. I'll be very happy.
So, Elvis, you a producer yourself. So, are you planning to do something like what he says? To do something to reconnect us. Like our brother and sister who left like ancestors left like years ago, and then now they're reconnecting to the continent. So, you a producer. So, are you thinking of maybe doing something like that in the future to try and reconnect everything? That's what you want to know.
Yeah, the issue, the truth is, the whole truth is that normally it's not really easy to work as an individual, like an individual, because to see sponsors, I have many things in mind, many films in mind. I have written many scripts, but the idea is limited because of finance. So if I have finance, if I have people that we can work together, I can do things that people will be shocked. So the thing that hindering is finance. So that's what's killing us in Cameroon and Africa. We don't have the money to do good films and equipment.
That's true.
How is Nigeria? Do they have more access to financing over there?
Yeah, let me say, when it comes to Nigeria, they have been into this business for many years. So, Igbo man in Nigeria, they love to support their own. Like in Nigeria, you have many, you have businessmen. You have businessmen. If a businessman is investing $1 billion in a movie, he knows that the money will come back, because first Nigeria has the market.
Yeah.
Nigeria has market that is winning all over. So before an investor is putting in money, he knows that his money will come back. Because they believe in Nigerian films. Once you have the good film, you will sell and your money will come back. So that's how they do, because they support their own. You can see a businessman, you don't know anything about film. When you come and explain to him and tell him the benefit and this, he will release the money and you do a film, you come back with his money. That's how they keep going. So the first thing is that they are united, and they love to push themselves,
So if I understand, the secret to lift the Cameroon movie industry is for the businessmen to be able to support what you're doing in terms of job and everything.
Yeah, companies.
Okay.
You need companies to finance, because to work as an individual is not easy at all. Only for us now, like I'm a producer. Each time I'm producing a film, I have to go to rent cameras, renting cameras, begging for people to support, If I have my equipment, I will not rent. I will just take my equipment, I go and shoot and come back. They edit it, I send it out. For instance, good cameras are not available. We don't have good cameras to do good projects. You know, image like that is very good because we are in Africa. There's a lot of competition.
Mhm.
Yeah. So if you are filmed like you can see the Fisherman Diary, the man is he spend money. You know, normally first he based in America. He has his money, so he used good equipment and he used he have connection. So with that money, he cannot do anything as far as filmmaking is concerned in Cameroon.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, speaking
Yes.
about the Fisherman Diary, it's a very, very good movie. Watch the whole movie, and it's actually on Netflix. That's the only, I think, the only Cameroon movie you can find on Netflix. You know, it's a really, really good movie. I could recommend that anyone can check that. The Fisherman Diary, really good. So,
Is that,
Elvis,
excuse me, you said, what is the title?
the Fisherman Diary.
The Fisherman
Okay.
Diary.
Yeah, so
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna put it on the chat group over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think the market in Cameroon is improving currently, or what's your view of the future?
No, I can. What I'm seeing, the truth is that in Cameroon now there's a lot of competition. Despite the fact that they don't have money, despite the fact that they don't have the support part of it, but they keep pushing because the quality of films they release now is not easy. They do. It's a lot of competition because like the Fisherman Diary, people are thinking of doing films that will come and beat the Fisherman Diary. So that's the competition.
That's a good spirit, though.
So, guys, go ahead with your questions. If you got any questions.
Go Chasilo.
Go to Osiro Memo. Go to Osiro Memo. Yamala.
Yamana. Pwede.
I'm gonna say, Gante.
Belupa. Bele.
Go pelo.
Sorry, go ahead.
So we try to greet each other a little bit in Bafang. I mean, which is one of the Bamileke language. I mean, I think it's always good for us to throw a little bit of the native down here, you know, just to refresh it. I have one observation to make when it comes to the movies in Africa, and maybe my brother, who is actually in the business and being an actor as well, can comment on that. So before I do that, Mary Kimby, I hope you didn't go do the COVID test, all right? You just fine. So don't panic. You don't have COVID, okay? Just drink your ginger and turmeric, you'll be okay, all right? You don't need to panic. Go do no test. Just know you'll be fine, okay? All right. That was a little parenthesis. So coming back to my brother. Now, when I heard the name Nollywood, now before you see, I'm very interested on the origin of things, okay? Because I think once we understand the origin of things, we can understand where it goes as well, and we can also understand the ground roots of what we're doing. Now, I know that the term Nollywood was inspired by Hollywood, right? Now, the question I'm asking maybe my brother, or if anybody has any kind of information on this, is why in Africa do they have to use the same terminology than in America to depict their industry of film? Because when you say Hollywood and Nollywood, it literally sounds the same. That means one is the origin and the other one has just copied. Don't you have any problem with that? Because me personally have a problem with that terminology called Nollywood. Now, I don't know if they've done the little homework to find out what's the origin of the term Hollywood at the first place. But I think if they have done the job to find out what's the origin of the word Hollywood, I don't think they will use Nollywood. So I don't know if my friend has a little bit insight into that term as far as why it was used Nollywood. Is it there?
Elvis, are you there?
Oh,
Let
I
me
think
check.
he got disconnected, I believe.
He just connected. Yeah, he's there.
Is he connecting?
Is he there? No,
No, I think he got disconnected.
all right, so we're gonna wait for anyway. Mr. Toko, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. How are you guys? Yamala. Yamala.
Okay.
Yamala.
Now,
How was your stay in Cameroon? Have a good
yes,
time?
yes.
Yeah,
One
that's why
question at a
let's get to
time.
that. I got a lot of questions.
One at a time. One at a
The
time.
man looks so tired.
Right,
I'm so
rock
tired.
star.
I
Rock
actually
star.
got in the house. It's in Los Angeles now. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I got
You're in
home.
Los Angeles?
Yes.
I'm here.
Oh, you here too? Well,
Oh, there
there's a
you go.
community. There's a community here for you if you want to join a community of Bamaleke people. Plus, you have me as well. So,
Yeah,
what city
I
are?
don't know if you remember. I don't know if you remember. We talked on Facebook almost a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. But I didn't know you was
Ooh,
in Los Angeles.
what city are you in?
Now I'm in Riverside.
Okay, so you're not too far. I'm in Torrance, closer to like Redondo and Inglewood and Hawthorne, all of those places.
I was just in Torrance last Monday. I had to go to court.
Okay, okay, yeah. I'll give you my number when we finish. And if anybody needs it, you can all have my number. I'm so tired. I tried to, relax a little bit while I was out there, but everybody kept running me around. I had to meet so many different kings and chiefs from different villages. I didn't get a chance to do anything I wanted to do personally. So, when certain kings call you, you kind of have to go out of respect and because they're very important. Like the king of Benin, he wanted to see me as well. So,
Whoa.
but yeah,
Wow.
so I had to see a lot of different people. Um, Anybody have a question until the guy comes? I think he's back actually.
Is he back? Well, my question is he back? No.
No, I think he's
Yeah,
Okay.
still
yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
back. Yeah.
Actually, please, I'm so sorry. Where I am, my network is not strong. That is the problem. I'm really sorry.
No issue.
use Camtel.
So I was asking, right? My question was on the name Hollywood. I mean Nollywood. So I'm just wondering if you have any insight or any information on why, I mean, they choose the name Nollywood, because and not maybe choose an African name, or I don't know, to define that concept, that industry. Because when we look at the word Hollywood and its origin, and using now Nollywood to call the movie industry of African, me personally, I have a problem with it. So I don't know. How do you feel about that, brother?
Actually, in Africa, all the countries that do movies, like Nigeria, as I said, Nigeria is an association. So Nigeria, they are known as Nollywood. The Nollywood. Why Ghana? You call them they have an association. They call it Gallywood. Like the same as Bollywood in where you are. You have Bollywood, you have Hollywood, and you have Kollywood. So in each country, they have a name that is just like a logo, like a logo.
Yes, yes. So I understand. Yeah, I definitely understand. But what I'm saying is, all those terms, whether it's Bollywood, Gollywood, Hollywood, whatever, it has a root because of the Hollywood from the United States, right? Because it comes from, all of that originated from the term Hollywood from the United States. So my problem that I have is, why in Africa they didn't choose a name that has nothing to do with the root word Hollywood? Because when we go to the history, we look at the term Hollywood, how it originated from in America. I don't see how that has any value in Africa for us to be using Nollywood or Gollywood or whatever wood. You understand?
I get it, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, actually, I cannot really tell because maybe I really need to do research to know more about that because that's just how I I met it. So I believe that's how it functions. So I really need to go and see details about all those wood stuff.
Right,
So
right. A brother, yeah, brother Boris just say that it was a market, it was for marketing purpose. I get it. Trust me,
Right.
I get it. You know, it's
That's
sometimes
all.
like yeah. Some people like who want to sell, like some people, right? They make computers and they're gonna choose name that's close to Apple just because it reminds Apple. I get it. But at the same time, if you wanna, I feel like if we want to project something to the world that's really about us, African, we need to come at them very representing who we are, not trying to, you know, copy others, right?
Mhm.
That's why it goes to my next question, right? I watch a lot of Nigerian movies and Cameroonian movies. One of the things that I believe that is lacking right now is to watch a movie that's really portrayed and rooted in our traditions, right? Where, for instance, you're gonna have scenes where they're gonna show exactly, for instance, how we bury our people, what's the ritual that we do, to start making it normalized, right? So those are the kind of things I think is lacking. I feel like it's always more movies that are made in a site to copy what is being done in the Westerns, right? So Nigeria has made some of them that are likely a little bit, more on the traditional stuff. But what I've seen so far from Nigeria when they do traditional movies, it's always about witchcraft. It's all about somebody who's trying to kill another person through witchcraft. But it was really never about showing the positive side of that spiritual knowledge. So to me that's how I feel. So I'm wondering if that's something that you also have been thinking about. You know what I mean?
yeah, I get it now. I get it. I get you. Actually, the issue is that most Nigerian men they're business people. They are business people.
Okay.
So
Right.
they do films depending on how they're going to sell in the market. In the market.
Right.
So they are business people. So they believe in it's not more about the real culture, like Ella said.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Nigeria culture they have finished it in the day in Nigeria. You can see they have finished it. If you can go, they believe in the business part of it more than for now. That's how I can keep it because it's money. It's after money. They believe that okay, when I do this stuff, it's going to bring me back money. You get it? So that is it. And then coming back to like I said, in Cameroon, we have a long way to go because our culture, our tradition, our culture is still raw. Let me say, for instance, in my village, where I come from Com in Northwest region, I have our history, our origin. I've written down a script. That is a story that will shock everybody if I realize it the way it's supposed to be. So it's something that I cannot to shoot it. I need a lot of sponsors and money so that it can come out how it was, starting from where they started from Barbie seed to date. So nobody has shoot the story. So I've written it down. I need just sponsors. I just need sponsors now to. I just need money to execute it until I will ever have the money before I can do it because I don't want to do something that will not resemble our tradition. So most people they do like copyright, but the real tradition is there, raw. So I think that is it.
Okay, so Nigerians are more interested in what is going to sell.
Exactly, they're
So
business
that's
people.
okay. I understand.
I understand about the money part, everybody have to make money. And like I was asking you before, I think it would make a lot of money. I don't know if you're aware, here in America, I'm African American. A lot of us don't know where we come from. So we have to take a DNA test. And a lot of African Americans, a lot of Africans, it's a few that know about it, but it's a lot that don't. And I think creating a movie explaining that, bringing us together, or filming a movie here in America, ReConnecting, I think that will bring in a lot of money, because a lot of people are not aware, or I just think it will help reconnect, if we can create a movie exposing the culture and the reconnection.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well,
Yes,
And
I
we
think that
Yeah, I like that
brother.
idea.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, sister Venti, go ahead, speak.
No, I was just saying I like that idea. I think that would. I agree with them. I think that would get us a lot of exposure as well, along with making.
Yeah, definitely, it's a lovely idea, especially that a lot of movie you're gonna find online there. They're mainly in French, and then and then a lot of people doesn't understand that, so it's really a good thing, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
You go ahead.
So like many the films that they send to awards is rare, because many awards are going on in the world.
Mhm. So Elvis,
because
sorry,
yeah?
Go ahead.
Yeah, for instance, like I'm saying, there are many awards going on. There are award films and there are films for market. And when you take your time, you spend your money, and like you want to send it to award, they don't really give money, because some of the films are really detailed in Cameroon. They took an award, but they don't give anything. They just give you a trophy. That is all, to show that they have recognized that you are doing good films. They don't give money. But the other countries, they give money.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. Like one of my films, Save the Last Dance, he took an award. I have seven. I have seven nominations in referral award, and then at the end, they gave me just a trophy.
Who gave the award?
Yeah, that was in Cameroon.
Yeah, Save the Last Dance is actually very. I think I've seen that movie. I'm gonna put it on the chat group so everyone can have a look at it. The link.
And then the other one is Daily Desire. He took the best film in Cameroon in a referral. Daily Desire. So it's a film that they bought in Nigeria, and I also put it in my YouTube channel. I just put for my people to share the link that they can watch. And then, recently, this is 3 months back, I produced The Parasite. The film is not yet out. The trailer is on. It's not yet out. That's a film that I spend a lot of money. People in Cameroon don't even know about the film, because I'm somebody that I don't make noise when I'm doing my thing. I just want it to be out so that people can start asking, who has done this thing? Who has done this? Who is the producer of this film? That's how I function. Like that. The Parasite is a big film, very big, but it's not yet out. It's not yet out, but it's said, because I really want to look for a company that they can really buy it, so that I can recover the money I spend. Because mostly even the TV channels, they please my man, come and give me that thing. Let's put in our channel to be like boosting our channel, because even if they cannot buy a film, they cannot buy a good film. It's just like let's promote our own. We don't have money to go that we can buy a big film. Just help us. Let's work like that. Like you see, the Save the Last Dance, he has been playing all over Cameroon for free. Nobody gave me anything for free. So that is how it is. It's very hard. It's very, very hard.
Okay, yeah, obviously, to be honest, it's a really good film. I've seen the film, and What are your Nollywood movies? I mean, when you the movie you did on there's one called Bracelet something. I don't know. Actually, we did a lot of big Nollywood star.
Okay, that one is the title is Royal Bracelet.
Royal Bracelet, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you see with we had B Joyce Kalu, Emeka Ike is Royal Bracelet.
So what's the film about?
The film is very long. It's very long, you know, because let me be sincere, you know, that film, how they function in Nigeria, it's only a producer that can really know what the film is really talking about. Because the way they do films there, if they'll tell you that I have 5 roles for you. They photocopy the part and give to you. That is your focus. You don't know the storyline. You don't know. They give you the part you're going to play. That is, you don't even know anything about the film. And unless you're the one producing your film, you know your storyline and everything. Like you just pay you, my man, I have 20,000 naira for you. I have 5 roles for you. Will you take it or not? Yes, they take the part and give you. You work on your part. That is all. So it's only a producer that can really tell the story of film, because you know those Nigerians, they are very sharp. You can say that you are full script to someone, and you realize that he already shoot your film. So they are very technical. They just give you the part that concerns the part that concerns you to do. They mostly they hardly give you a full script to know that this is the storyline like that. No, because no, they're very sharp. The phone you just see that your film, you have already shoot your film.
Okay. So you actually found out about the film after the film is released, so you can see the whole.
Yes, you know, yes, that's you follow it. Yes.
Wow. I mean, after
I have future in many films. I don't even know the title, because at times they don't even put they just give this to your party. They don't even know the title. You just see that you're watching yourself. You don't even know which film was this. Before you discover that this is this film like this day and that. Future more than I don't even know. I cannot even boast of 15 titles. So only the ones I produce, I know everything about. I can tell you about the storylines like that and that. No, if it is like you are just like featuring, you cannot. It's hardly for you to know, because they don't trust themselves when it comes to that. Because it's competition, everybody is shooting, and they need scripts. Somebody can come like an actor. He's a producer. You say, okay, I want you. Just send me the script. Let me see. You discover he has gone and shot it in another state.
Okay. I think I finished with the question. I don't know if anyone got a question to go through, or then we can go to the next step of our show.
I have a question. You said that you're from the Corn tribe. Is it part of the Grassfield region?
Yes, exactly, sir. Like for 5 years, I've never seen my village.
Okay. But would you consider it to be a Bamileke, English-speaking Bamileke village?
I think it's a northwest.
Yeah. When we say Bamileke, when people from the US, for example, get the DNA result that they have Bamileke origin, or does it include? I guess it includes both the northwest and the west region, right?
Yes. I mean, I can answer to that. Yes. Remember again, the Bamileke people were there before the English, the Portuguese, the whatever arrived. Okay. So that northwest, southwest, English speaking, it's just a simple product of division to conquer.
Voila.
That the English people and the French have done. Nothing else than that, bro. You know, the Bamileke actually go all the way to Nigeria. They're now called Igbo. So yeah, we are the same people.
Okay, voila. Thank you.
Voila.
Thank you.
I did not know that. Brother Monty, I know last Sunday, I need your information to how to contact you.
Yes, I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put on a group chat right now. Yes, I will share it now.
I've added a lot of movie from Elvis on the group chat, so you got a lot of links there. If anyone want to watch any of these movie, the link is there.
But I have a question. Do you know if a GoFundMe can help to support the Bamileke or the Cameroonian movie producers?
I think it's called Mari. Can you answer that, please?
The thing is, there are so many film producers, okay? So it depends which film producer you want to support. You go and support that film producer.
Okay, but let's say, for example, a film producer, like he like the guy from before, he has a good movie and he's willing some support. You can just start, if you start a GoFundMe campaign that we can share in the groups and share within the community, then people can invest their money also through that. Even though it might not be billions, but if everyone gives, I don't know, $20, $20, you can get some money to do his business. Is it common?
Yeah, that's true, you know. If you could see the face of this guy, okay, I understand his pain. Even when CRTV interviewed him, you can see that this guy really wants to succeed in Cameroon as a film producer, as an actor, but it's not working because he's not getting that support. And that is the same thing also for me as a YouTuber. You know, I'm so frustrated because I'm not getting that support from Cameroonians. You see? So if they could do something for him, you know, like a GoFundMe, yeah, it will go a long way to help, you know, because as he said, he has written down so many scripts, but, you know, there is no support for him to go out there and produce these movies. So I think the GoFundMe will work for him.
Okay. Is it something we can do, Boris? Anything, you got any clue about how to start it? I think that maybe, like we says, if he does actually, if he goes into not like a full movie, but something to reconnect, you know, like filming maybe us guy over here talking about our experience and everything, and then in Cameroon as well, and then turn that into the movie, you know, or maybe a program or something like that. It could be something else.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what I mean, especially with the Bamileke people, T-Car. I think Bamileke, T-Car, and I believe it's another tribe that it's like 3 tribes that African Americans get the results from Cameroon. And if we can create a movie talking about that, you know, I think that will create a lot of money and even exposure and encourage other people to reconnect.
It does make sense.
Yeah, we can work on such a project.
I think that makes a lot of sense too.
Okay.
If he could do whenever they get to the point of what it is, and with the GoFundMe, do somewhat of a trailer that talks about here's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So we can see some images. And we have a storyline, because he talked about not having the script. And in that storyline, hopefully, it's like Courtney was saying, it can connect. My interest is to find out what's going over there in Cameroon, and you're interested to find out what's happening over here. So there is a way of doing that through storytelling. And that's what film is. So I think it would work too, but then we've got to make sure we get that GoFundMe out to the diaspora of on both sides of the big
That's
river.
a good point. Because I think
it's all, let me just tell you, it's all marketing. It really is all marketing and interest. So you got to make sure you interest me, and it's $20 here, $50 here. It'll, we've invested. I'm sorry.
I wanted to say it doesn't really work in Cameroon, I guess also maybe Nigeria as well. It might not work 100% to get the money, to expect any money from the government, because the government might not maybe be seeing that the same way we do. But if you want to target the diaspora community and you have a good concept, a good movie, good trailer, good image, and then you can start a GoFundMe that attract people, then you can have some people investing some money, and that can be a good project for him and for us to go help everyone.
Right.
So I just,
and that gives them connections as well on this side of the producers, Black producers, because there's a very critical, I mean, it's, when I say critical, large industry of American Black films. And every year, in fact, this year it's coming up in November. They meet in Miami down here, and they showcase a lot of films, but it's really a meeting place and a melting pot of Black films in America. So if you get that up and running and get that information through enough to send that trailer, you never know who's going to tie
That's
into
true.
that.
So I just want to quickly welcome our sister. We got Miss Mary. She took her African ancestry test and her maternal DNA matched the Bamileke people of Cameroon by 99.7%. Welcome.
Wow.
Welcome in the house, Miss Mary.
Welcome. I sometimes feel that some African Americans are more Bamilekes than some Bamilekes.
So if you want to share it with us, Mary, you're free to do that. Or, that's perfect.
But yeah, I think that would be a wonderful idea, the reconnection, because here in America, when it comes to a lot of the Black movies, they always want to show us slavery. We was in the cotton fields and just slaves, and the white man was whipping us on our backs. That's all they ever want to show us. No one ever goes into what occurred before that. And I think it would be a wonderful thing. And I understand the money aspect. Everybody wants to make sure that they'll make money. And there's even Black celebrities here in America, actors, singers, that have taken the DNA test. And I know 2 of them that are Bamileke, Erykah Badu, and there's an actor, I can't think of his name, but he's Bamileke. And some of those movies are good, but I get tired of, they just want to let us know that we were slaves. And, before slavery, we were Bamileke, T-Car, and other things. And if we can get a movie to, expose that and tell the story on how we got here, I think that would be wonderful. And it would even create a lot of money.
Yeah, that's actually right.
So Mary, go ahead. We're waiting for you. Go ahead. Speak.
Mary.
What was the question?
Where are you from? Where are you at?
Upstate New York.
Okay. When did you
How
get your
far
results?
upstate?
The capital, Albany, New York.
And when did you receive your results?
Last year.
Last year. How did, I kind of want to compare it to my story. How did some of your family take it? Did they embrace it? Did they kind of was nonchalant about it, not believe in it?
No, they believed it. We have a family group on Facebook, so I had shared my results on Facebook. They were happy. I have a cousin who also took hers, but she has a different mother because we're related by through her paternal line. So her results were different. She got Tanzania, but so it was interesting how we had like different results, and we were able to like plug in the family tree. So they had to follow my maternal line. So if they were part of my maternal line, they were Bamileke. So it was fun. It was eye-opening. It was nice. It was like receiving just a piece to a puzzle,
Okay. Yeah, because I got 50-50. Some of my family embraced it and some were not very embracing, doubted how real it was. It's like they believe all other sciences, but when any science that tells them that they're African, they don't really want to believe it. They're so stuck on just being American.
Okay.
Now I didn't do my paternal. So this year I would like to get my dad to do it and see what we get.
Yeah, I did both tests. My father's side, Bamileke, my mother's side, Yoruba. I spent about $700, and I got some of my family was upset. Oh, you spent that much money on that? You could have did this and did that. And I feel like here in America, a lot of African Americans, they spend money on everything else, on clothes, on Gucci and stuff like that. But when it comes to something, it's important to me. I want to know where I came from, man.
Yeah. So a lot of my family members wanted to know because I have a big family, so we were all connected on Facebook. So I did a joke. I was like, all right, I'm gonna post my results. If you want to know the answer, cash at me $20 because it was $300 to get these results. So if you want to know, chip in. But yeah,
Yeah. I should have did the same thing. I'm still paying on it on my credit card to this day. So
yeah, because if you think about it, it's not just your results; it's your family's results. If they're all connected to that maternal line, so they all should kind of just chip in.
Oh, that's good.
okay.
That's awesome.
I got a lot of questions. I read up on the history. What I want to ask some of our brothers and sisters that are from Cameroon. The word Bambaleke, from my understanding, is a corrupt word. Is not exactly what our ancestors called ourselves. I ran across some different words. I wanted to know how true that is.
I heard because I have a friend who's Yoruba, and said Bamaliki in her language means like that those people over there. I don't know how correct that is, but that,
I don't know.
The
Yes, go ahead, brother. You're the right person to answer that question.
Yes, so you're right. The term Bamileke, okay, it's not the original term how we were calling ourselves. Now, there are two lines of thought into this thing. Now, what Mary just said, that the people of over there, because I saw a group of people who really really gather at the foot of mountain, right? I'm sure our brother Tokam, he went there. The west region of Cameroon is literally mountains everywhere. Okay, even if you have to build a house over there, like 98% of the change, you're gonna build your house on the mountain, right? So there's all these people who really gather in those very difficult, I would say, geographic areas, but yet they were so willing to stay there. I mean, I'm not even talking about the jungle all over around. So most people were referring to those people, all right, to them like, oh, we go into the people of that area out there. Even the term the term ba that it already means that the people are like somewhere over there. Okay, that's why you have village like Bana, Bafang, Bamenju. It's always the people of that area. Okay. Now, right now, there is no I would say records as far as how those people were collectively calling themselves. All we can refer to is referring to those people as main tribes, going from the Tikar to the Bamun people. Now you got the Tikar. Right now, we know that that's exactly where those who were coming from what's called right now Egypt, where they stopped first before they continue their way down to the west part of Cameroon. So yes, I'd say Tika, and then you have another group who went to the Bamun region. Yes, yeah, Baliku, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna come to that, brother. I'm gonna come to that part. He's referring to the town and Baliku names. Yeah, coming. Yeah, yes, that's true. So before I even go to the Chang, when you have the word Chang, which is one of the few words of a village in the West region that don't have the term Ba, right? But that's because of a specific reason. But let me just come back to the term the Tikar and then the Bamun. So if you look at those two, I would say dominant groups. Let me use the term dominant groups. Dominant groups. It's usually very difficult to tell about our story because it has been so attacked to the point where to connect all the pieces of the puzzle is such a difficult thing. Even though we do all our efforts, even in our languages and also the division right now that we have in different little tribes. But the Bamun, for instance, they will say that they are Bamun. They won't say they're Bamileke. Now, if you go in the language, you're gonna see that, okay, even the term Bamun will also refer to the same kind of approach that we were saying right now, as far as the people from somewhere over there. But because they were so much influenced by Islam, okay, they don't see themselves as Bamileke no more. You talk to a Bamun person, but the only time you're gonna see them as Bamileke, so to speak, that's really the term that unify our tradition. The only term unifying all of us is the tradition. How we bury our dead, how we celebrate marriage, how we um how we put a king in place, how we even design who is the next king of the village or the queen or whatever, who is the mother queen. If you go to all those traditional stuff, then you're gonna realize that, oops, those people are actually doing the same thing, right? And somehow we decided to call all of that the Bamileke group as a whole. Okay, so I think some research are still going on right now, right? My brother referred to the Balika people. Same thing. Those people, some people say, okay, the term Balika because they probably speak another dialect. I would say language derived from the people descending from the Tikar, right? So yeah, right now it's a topic that's still going on. Some of our archaeologists are still researching on that, and even some of our king are still kind of reconnecting the puzzles. Because I keep telling you guys, remember, one of the first things that the oppressor did was to burn all the libraries, and the Bamun people know this. The Sultan Joya from the Bamun kingdom had 17 libraries of his library being burned by the French army. We're talking about what? The 18th century? Yeah. So a lot of our things, a lot of our, records have been burned down. I mean, I just took one example. I mean, that's just many. The Bamileke villages were burned down by the French army. They were dropping acids. I'm actually going to recommend you a book so you can read about that war. It's a hidden war where French people are killed nearly 2 million Bamileke in that war.
Good.
And it was not a long time ago. It was only, I'm talking about from 1951 all the way to 1972.
Are you?
It's a long time ago.
Well, what you just 1971?
No, I say from 1951,
51.
1952 all the way to 1970s. The French people have killed all of us because the Bamileke was one of these groups that was holding on in their tradition. Okay.
Thank you.
And yes, so a lot of village was burned. And when you burn a village, you know what you burn? You burn the temples. You burn the place of ritual. We call that Zunsie. You burn the history.
Yes.
So a lot of it now is we just reconstitute everything. We do effort to bring all of that back, but it's not easy, right? So
yes.
that's one of the reasons why today we don't know yet what is the common term we were calling ourselves before they arrive.
Thank you.
We can't say any sure answer to that right now. Yeah, so I don't know if I answer your question,
yes.
bro.
Okay, so
can I ask a quick question? When you said they burned it, did they use napalm?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They used napalm. As a matter of fact, there are two French journalists who were courageous enough. They're very young, very bold, because some of them would decide to tell the truth. They did a very thorough investigation on this for 5 years, and they wrote a book. The book is called Cameroon with K.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Yes, a huge book. Powerful book. In that book, those French guys took money from France. I don't know where they got that grant money. They did a lot of extensive investigation in Cameroon, go to the villages, interview some of the oldest king in Cameroon to tell the story. So everything was written in that book. I mean, if you read it, oh man, you're gonna realize why the French government never wanted to open this case again, even until
Let-
now. It's in
Yes.
secret. It's a secret information in French. They don't want them. They don't want to open these cases because it was a genocide. You know,
Absolutely.
literally portrayed by it's exactly what King Leopold II did in the Congo. They did that.
Yes.
They did that. But now they were specifying. They were targeting a specific tribe, the Bamileke.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, it has
Well,
happened.
let me just say the reason I knew that when you said 51 to 72, our eyes in America were on Vietnam, and the French did the same thing in Vietnam around that before we got into it. The French got out of Vietnam, America went into Vietnam. The napalm was still there. My brother was in that war, Vietnamese war.
Thank you.
So our attention was on Vietnam when the French was doing it in Cameroon.
Thank you, brother.
And we didn't see, and that's part of the trick now. Let me show
Thank
you
you for
what's
saying
happening
that.
over here. Yes.
Yes, thank you for saying that, because many people cannot wrap their mind over this. What happened to the Bamileke in Cameroon?
Just
Even
say
the
Vietnam. Same thing, Vietnam.
exactly. Even the government right now, it is so pressured to the point where they cannot even dare to pressure friends to open the files. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, so this is why right now it's very difficult to answer my brother. It's very difficult right now because trust me, our brother Tokam or Tokam went to Bana in those Bamileke villages. Trust me, all those Bamileke villages that you see over there, just less than 40 years ago, they're rebuilding themselves. Trust me, they're rebuilding everything that you see. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was in Bana, it's like really it's one of the
That's my
richest and
village, by the
nicest.
way. That's
It's beautiful, man. It's
Is it?
beautiful. Oh man, they got $1 million mansions all over
yeah.
the hills there. It's so beautiful.
Yep.
It's so beautiful. Um, I tell you, it's one of other villages are inspired to be that way. They want to grow like that. So and there's space out there for everyone. You guys just have to go out
Yes,
there
sir.
and claim your land. Pretty much, just go out there and claim your land.
Our
Really?
birthright.
Okay.
So, brother Wambi, I saw some of your videos that you posted on Facebook, and I know you said you got some land and you plan on building a house. Now, the last meeting that we had last Sunday, when I was speaking with some of the brothers that are from Cameroon, I got word. I got word due to the laws and structures of Cameroon, it's very hard to own a business or even own property in Cameroon, and
Well,
that you need some.
I think what they were saying is this. So, because we are Bamileke, um, when they hear the name, when they know that you're Bamileke, they people who own different areas don't want to sell you land because we own so much out there. So when a Bamileke person have a home or land, they don't sell it. But when other people want to sell their homes and land or whatever, we buy it and we build businesses. And we're starting. They don't like when we take over certain areas. So what they try to do is hold back on selling anything to the Bamileke people because it is tribalism there, and you have different tribes there. I don't want to personally point fingers or anything because everyone is not like that, but there's other tribes there who will see who you are and see your name and try to refuse to sell it to us because we own so much.
Okay, so I wasn't aware of that. I was more so
Mm-hmm.
focused on Bamileke land, the Bamileke territory. Uh, so obviously it's possible. So the information that
Bamileke
I
what
got is
church?
wrong.
Well, the chief or king in that area owns the land. He can do what he want with that land. The only thing they're not allowed to really touch is the roads. The roads are owned by the government. So they can't, and so trying to get to certain areas, the roads are really bad. It's up to them to fix that. But the actual villages is owned by the chiefs or the kings, and they can disperse it however they want.
Okay, so it sounds like they're the ones that you need to talk to, not the government.
It depends on where you're trying to go. You can buy land there. It's like it's not impossible. It's just that it's going to be it's a lot of tribalism there, and they will try to hold back on selling it to someone who is from like you can get it because you have an American name and an American accent. They'll sell it to you. But like for instance, one of the other brothers who actually are from there, it'll be a little harder for them to get it. If that
So
makes
I
sense.
won't correct me. So when you said other people won't sell it to you because you're Bamileke, are you saying that they own land in the Bamileke area, in the Bamileke territory? Because I'm not
Well,
looking to buy land just anywhere in Cameroon. I want to buy land in Bamileke land.
well, so I don't understand when you say Bamileke land. Like I was in Bafon, right? So Bafon is just huge area, and it has different tribes there. It's majority of it is Bamileke, but you have other people there. Um, Maybe somebody else can kind of explain because I really don't know exactly how that works. Um, when it comes to buying like real estate in other places. I just know what from my village, how it works in the village is pretty much up to my chief. So in Chief Fancy, we walked some of his area and he's like, you can have this plot. And he just gave me like a plot of land.
Okay.
And some of the I'm sorry, and some of the kingmakers also offered to give me land as well. So I went around with different kingmakers and I just chose the one that I felt that best fit me and my family.
Now, is the land that they gave you, is that legally documented or is just a verbal agreement? Is there
Well, at the
paperwork you
beginning,
have to sign?
no, it's a verbal agreement at the beginning. They do expect you to start building within like 3 years, or the king can take it back. It's up to it's how you want to do it. The only time I don't know how exactly it works, but I know if like there was some land that I wanted to buy, but since um, this guy, his father, was buried on the land, you can't really disturb that land. It's his land, and it won't be sold. Does that make sense? Like it's your land. They won't take it from you because it's yours. But if there's other places you think that would be nice for you, if you see that a family member has passed away on that land, then no one will disturb it.
Question: Can I, Wanda? You said now is that your name now?
So Wambe is my title. That's
Okay,
my
that
title.
means what does that mean?
It means
Prince.
yeah, so it's more than just prince, it's the warrior prince. I am the eldest, so I'm a warrior. It means warrior prince, and Tukam means the eldest son of the king. And
Okay,
Toko is the seed planter.
and that was given to you.
Yes,
Is that what I understand?
it was given to me by the ancestors, and the ancestors gave it to the king and the king makers. And
Now, when you say given to you by the ancestors, what ceremony takes place?
so there's some stuff you can't really discuss. You're not really allowed for people. They're not allowed to,
Right.
go and watch. But just the they have, what craniology is when
Yes.
they take the skulls and they put them in the room and all of that stuff. Okay,
Okay.
they go there and they have like a area in the forest where they do all of their talking and praying or whatever you want to call it. And they maybe someone can help me with this. I don't know all the
Brother
right
Monte, I
terms
think
for
he's the best person to explain that.
it.
No, I wanted to listen to our brother Tokam Wambe. Wambe.
I mean,
Okay.
it's hard to explain because you're not there, but they definitely get their uh, information from their ancestors who passed on.
So I just want you to realize something. When they give you those names, it's really a it's like you being giving
Power.
not much like power, but you've been giving something to hold in your hand, and it's heavy. You gotta hold it, right? And it's the name they give you that name to make that name never die again. So meaning the name needs to be passed on.
Right.
You have now the duty. It's like some people who run how do they call this sprint where they have to pass you
A
something to continue?
marathon. A marathon.
No, not a marathon.
No. He's talking about a relay.
Oh, the
a
baton.
relay.
The
The
baton.
relay. The relay.
Baton.
Yeah.
Voila.
So when they give you that after doing those ceremony, and he's right, those ceremony when you come, they will go and speak to their ancestor. They don't pray. We don't pray. There is no prayer. We speak to them. We make demand. But the thing is, when we make those demands, we also make commitment to them. So I do my part, you do your part. That's
Voila.
it. Yeah. You don't pray, you don't beg, you don't put your knee on the ground. No.
Voila.
African people don't do that. We don't put our knee on the ground. You go, you demand. I am your descendants. This is your son who came here. He came back. He was gone far ago. He came back. You know who it is because in that realm that you are, you understand his spirit. Send the name for him so that he can carry that name to the greatest. And now they're gonna get the answer. Now in that room, I'm not qualified to tell you exactly what's going on there as far as how it's being given to them because you gotta go to those period of initiation. I can't do that on Zoom. You know, you gotta
You have to be there.
Yeah. So, but I'm just telling you the importance how it's being given to you. It's more like now you're gonna create to the point where some people are going to be reincarnated with that name now, and you will become the vessel of that. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why remember you watched the movie Roots. Why they had to beat the guy to death to accept the name Toby and not Kunta Kinte.
Right.
Voila.
Now Kunta Kinte never refused to work. He was gonna work. He never refused to work, but they were ready to kill him.
Right.
To change his name.
To change his name. Do you
Voila.
understand how powerful that is?
Voila.
No, it is.
Obviously, it meant something a lot. They knew
exactly.
They knew it meant a lot for the.
It's because a white man understood the power in your name. You understand?
Absolutely.
Because every time you say it, listen, bro, it's a vibration that you send very far to the farthest ancestor.
Yeah.
And they work for you.
Yes. Can I make a connection with that, Monte?
Go ahead.
And just now, that same concept is the reasons why the Black Lives Matter movement says, say his name. Say his name. Because too often they don't want us to say his name. And so now that's kind of a statement of the Breonna Tellers and the George Forbes, because the name is important to the spirit of that person.
Oh no.
Very true.
And when they brought us over here, they wanted to change our name so we had no connection. We couldn't. Who we were. One thing I try to get to our African Americans, brothers and sisters, if you look into the history of America, and what I'm about to speak on is Florida. It was a Florida law that the slaves could not play drums. If the slave masters found a drum, they would destroy it, because they noticed as they worked in the fields, and if someone was playing the drum, they noticed the rebellion and the energy that it just was rebellious. So they written a law where it was against the law to have drums. And now we're not living in those times anymore. So I think we need to look back into history of the laws of America. Anything that they banded us to do, we need to get back to that, because it was a reason why they banned it.
I'm going to give a presentation on the 30th of March, and I'll send it, Monkan, to you, and you can spread it. It's called the Spiritual, Rhythmic, and Hidden History of Freedom's Call. And what it is I'm going to take, this is about here in Florida, in Palm Beach, Kravis Center of Performing Arts, our large, but it's also going to be virtual. But anyway, I'm going to talk about from Africa to America and bring it all the way up to the now. And the point that you just made, Courtney, is part of that presentation. I'll just share with you that it was really a South Carolina law, it was a British law for the colony of South Carolina at the time called the Negro Act of 1740. And not only could we not play the drum, they took away our drum, but they also said you could not read or write, you could not gather, you could not grow your own food. If you tried to escape, you could be shot. If you were aggressive with a master, you could be killed without reparation. You could not leave the plantation without a notice. But the key point, the one you just brought up, is you could not play the drum. And what we did as a people, and this relates to the first time I came on here when they were showing you the dance of Africans and the singing. We took all of that as a people inside and we improvised and said, okay, if we can't sing and dance and play our drum, we will make our whole body a drum. And that's why we started using our drums to create music. There was no such thing as instrument in terms of today, but even the cadence of our voice started changing. And the swagger in our walk was rhythmic as a defiant measure of what we were being put through. And it continued with the spirituals that then continued with even jazz. This call and response from Africa was part of it. So it was 1740 before America was even done. It was South Carolina because the slaves were trying to get away from South Carolina and go to Florida. It was called the Stono, S-T-O-N-O Rebellion in 1739. So I'd love for you all to come on and hear this story, because I bring it from 1619 all the way up. And what I've learned here has been very powerful into that story. In fact, when you all started talking about African spirituality, I've incorporated some of that into my talk now, because we took Africa inside. And you all know about stepping? You know about stepping on the college campus?
Yeah. Fraternities and sororities.
That's a direct result of us bringing in that and using our whole body to step, and became our feet, our whole thing, because they said we could not use the drum. So our body became the drum.
Wow.
And you see it today.
I'm waiting for that. That'll be awesome.
I'll send it to you.
That's going to be great.
Yeah, that's going to be great. So we
There's
got
a lot of things that we
our
do.
brother David.
Yes.
Davidson. Davidson is Bamun, Chika Bamun from Fumban. I don't know if he's got anything to add. David, are you there? Hello, Davidson.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you doing, brother? So.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. I just introduced you. You know.
Yeah. You introduced me. I'm coming from the West Cameroon as well. You know that when they say Bamileke tribe, that means that is the word, is a general.
Yeah.
So we are included to Bamileke as well. We are part of the Bamileke as well. So I'm from Fumban. I'm from the Fumban side. So the tradition we have is quite the same tradition. We still have the same tradition, but there's only a little bit of difference. between each tribe in Cameroon, especially in the West Cameroon. Our tradition is 80 or 85% the same. But there's just a little bit of difference. That's how it is. So if anyone have any question to ask about the Fumban tribe, I can try to give an answer if anyone is interested.
Thank you very much, Dave. I mean, that explained everything what our brother Monchi was saying. You know, we all the same people. So that does explain everything. So anyone got a question? You know, Dave is there.
I have a question. What is the Bamileke language that is the closest to the Bamun language?
Yeah, the Bamileke language is very close to Bamun language. The Bagante, the one coming from Bagante. Yeah. You know, before the independence, you know, each village in the West Cameroon have its own king. So the king between them, sometimes they married between them. So the king from my village has sent one of his sons to go and marry the princess in Bagante. No, the king in my village sent the princess, his own daughter, to marry the prince in Bagante side. And that Bagante become the king. So he introduced some part of Bamun language there. So when they speak the language, they are quite similar. There is similarity between the language, between our language and the language. I don't know if you hear about Fumban side, because you know in our side before the independence in 19th century, the king in Fumban, they call him a sultan. Before the colonization, he have his own alphabet, he have his own religion, and when Germans come to Fumban, they destroy it all because it was a treat. It was a treat for them. That was that's what part of one.
Was that religion the same as in other Bamileke kingdoms, or was it different? And if it was different, why was it different?
No, you know that as we said, the roads, the foundation is still the same. There's only a little bit of difference. What has done, you know that before the imperialism, before European came for colonization, we have our own religion. They call it in French animism.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know that when the first imperialists to come in Cameroon was Germans, they brought their own religion. They brought the Christianity. They brought the Christianity in Fuman. Then some people from the North Cameroon brought a Muslim religion. So our king mixed both religions to form his own religion.
Okay,
Christianity and Islam to form his own religion. Yeah.
Is it still practiced now? Still?
No. After the colonization, after the independence, they are not practicing. So now we are practice both religions. Some of Bamun people are practice Muslim and some are Christian. You know that they destroy all his book. The name of the king was Sultan Joya. If you go to Cameroon history, you will find about him, Sultan Joya. So they destroy.
Yeah, I heard about him. I know about him.
Yeah. He invented the alphabet. He invented the religion. He invented even the machine how to set out some of the product in Fumban.
That's really smart.
Yeah.
But before he invented the alphabet, was there any other type of alphabet, or there was no writing?
No. There was no. There was no. Before him, there was none. No.
The traditions were more oral.
Yeah, you know that. Yeah, in Africa, most of the traditions are oral. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. Well, appreciate that. Thank you. And honestly, I do appreciate that. So anyone else want to add anything, want to share anything? Or we can go through all the names. Prince Lenzile, you've been asking a lot of questions. All right, so we just want to hear about you.
Oh, peace and blessings, everyone. I've really been enjoying the conversation. So I just want to give everyone greetings of peace. You know, we come from a very beautiful and powerful people, and it's always wonderful to learn more about our people. So I appreciate everyone. God bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Prince. Thanks a lot. Thanks for being here. Anyone want to add anything? Brother Tukam? So, Brother Tukam, you first landed in Cameroon. What was the first thing you did? When you
Sleep.
landed in Douala?
Actually, the first thing I did was well, I have a video that's coming out. I'm gonna have to be able to transfer it out from the zip drive so everyone can see it.
Sure, sure.
But there was a big greeting for me as soon as I got off the plane. And we went to a hotel for the first night, just because as soon as we got off the plane, we just wanted to go to sleep. But there was a dinner made, so some traditional food right at the beginning.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You kissed the ground.
I walked on the ground with my shoes. I didn't kiss the ground, but I did take my shoes off. And the reason why I took my shoes and socks off is just because I said, this is the way my grandmother left. This is the way I'm going back in. So I just decided to take my shoes and socks off and walk in there. But yeah, it was nice.
I mean, I saw that you spend a lot of time in the western part, in the Bamileke area. So, do you have time to visit Yaoundé to actually see Douala, any other place?
You know, that was on the agenda, but I was so busy in the village, you know, because I wanted to see the schools and the hospitals and just meet the people. Once I got into the village and it was so peaceful and beautiful and the air was really good and quiet, I just did not want to leave, I'll be honest with you. And the king wouldn't let me leave too much anyway. So we stayed in our area, and I mean, it was great. And you see a lot of the city and the country anyway, because from the airport to Babuni, it was probably like a 4-hour drive.
Okay.
Whoa.
So you see a lot. You see a lot.
Okay.
How did you know that was your village? You said that was my village.
I don't understand. What was the question again?
You said you went to your village. Was that just a village, or did you know you had a connection with that village?
No, that was a village that accepted me as part of their village.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
From where you're sitting now, okay, are you home or are you missing home?
I am home. Oh no, am I home? Am I
where? Are you missing home?
I'm missing home.
Okay.
This is where I do my work. Good try. Good try. No, this is definitely temporary. I'm taking care of things so I can permanently be there. Yeah.
All right. So next week we're gonna have someone speaking about the administrative division of the Bamileke area. You know, because the Bamileke, as Brother Dave and Brother Monty say, we all the same people. But when the white man came in Cameroon, they actually just cut the whole part in 8. So and the government just kind of support the whole thing. So there's 8 different part of Bamileke area in Cameroon. When I'm in Cameroon, if I say to anyone that I'm a Bamileke, the first thing they're gonna ask me, what part are you from? Is it Bafa?
Right.
Is it
It's Bafa?
Bambutos? Is it that? So that's the first thing. So we're gonna have someone next week is gonna speak about one part, and we're gonna have like an 8-week program where we're gonna speak about a different part of the region.
Right.
So Brother Dave
Right.
is still there. He probably gonna be speaking about the Bamun, the Nun, which is the name of the department, and all the name they actually have after a river, like the Nun, all them names. So we're gonna speak about that next week. Maybe Brother Monte can speak about the Bafang, and then we got the Mbuda, we got the Barante, we got someone she's gonna speak about Barante as well. So just for you guys to know, when in Cameroon they will ask you, what part of Bamileke are you from? Sometimes they don't need to ask you by your name, or maybe by your name, they can actually pinpoint where you came from.
Yeah.
If I say to anyone, my name is Monkam, they're gonna say that you're from Bafang. When Brother Monte, I spoke to him for the first time, he told me that his name was Monte Chakunte. I was a bit confused because I knew that Monte is Bafang, and then you're gonna find a lot of Chakunte in Bagante. So I asked him, you got one parent from each side, and he told me that's how. And again, you can see the proximity between the two regions because Bagante and Bafang, they're very, very close, and they kind of speak kind of like the same language as well in one part of the Bafang area.
And our villages are about 5 minutes away from each other.
Yeah, my village and yours is 5 minutes. I mean, from
about
your
5 minutes
village,
away.
if you want a little bit down, you can actually walk it for about 15 minutes. If you drive less than 5 minutes, if you drive it.
Right.
Do you think the Bafang king or chief is more open to receive African Americans coming from abroad, or you will recommend to go to any village?
Here.
When you say some village are more open to, maybe they have the facilities or they're used to receive foreigners, or you consider that all of them might be okay?
I can't speak on other tribes, but I know from the experience of the Bamileke people, you can if you can find someone who's affiliated with a certain village that could speak on your behalf, they will greet you with open arms.
Did you need a translator? They all spoke a bit of English, or interpreter? Did you need
they speak what we're talking about in Bafang. They speak more French, but some can speak English as well. It's mixed. It's a little more. You have to just take your time and don't speak so fast so they can understand what you're saying. But yeah, it's more French than anything. But they definitely will be able to understand and communicate with you. And a lot of people go to school and they learn English as well. So you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think? I have maybe a last question. Do you needed a lot of preparation to go there, or the person on your behalf prepared everything?
The person on my behalf prepared everything for me. You do have to kind of just know what you're doing, like do your own research as well, so you know where you're going and what areas you're going to go into, because some places you don't want to go. But overall, the person who's preparing things for you, I would suggest that you go to a French-speaking area just for now, just because it's just a little more relaxed, and you won't get caught up in a bunch of foolishness.
Did you feel secure in that? Do you feel safe?
I felt safe because no, it was just it was forbidden for me to be alone anyway, just because my ceremony and what I was going through checkpoints, and the police was calling me Your Highness and all of these things, so I was fine. But it was mainly because of my cap and the clothing I was wearing. They pretty much knew who I was without knowing. Yeah.
How was the visa process?
Right now it's probably not an easy time for you to go because of COVID. I found a way to do it. I can't really talk about it on here, but I found a way to go through it. You might want to wait just like a few more months or so when you can go to the embassy and you shouldn't have any problems with getting it. A visa, when you go to the Cameroon embassy that's in Washington, D.C., it costs, I believe, $93, $93. It's under $100. It takes about a week and a half for them to go through the process and send it back to you. This is how you do that. You go on their website. They have a 2-page application you fill out. Very simple. When you go and you mail in your information to the Cameroon embassy, you want to fast track it, so you want to put it like on Express, but also buy another one that they can resend to you. So you just fill both of them out, and then when they and you have to mail in your passport and everything too, and your paperwork. And then the paper that the mail-in envelope you put inside, the return envelope you put inside your delivery one, if that makes sense. I'm bumbling words right now, but it's very simple. The process is simple. It's just a little harder to get a visa right now just because of the COVID issues.
How did you get a host?
I was actually introduced by Brother Moncom right here. He introduced me to the Queen Mother of the village, and she actually lives here in Texas. And she helped me out. She helped me out a lot. Like, she did pretty much everything. She made it so easy for me.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So are you feel like a prince?
I don't know what that feels like. I'm normal.
Look for cars.
You know that you're prince, Nana.
Yes, of course. The way I personally feel normal. The situations make you feel a little at ease because of certain things people won't do anymore that they did at the beginning. Like, they don't just stick their hand out and they don't touch you, and you have to like extend your hand to greet them. That felt a little weird, just because I come from a country where everyone sticks their hand out and shake your hand, and that kind of goes away. And then a lot of people give you yeah, that's a little weird, but after a while you just tell yourself, it is what it is. You just accept it. And I figured, once you say yes to these things, you really have to take it serious, because this is some culture that goes back, hundreds of years. You just have to accept it and roll with it. Yeah.
So what's the best food you ate over there?
I have.
Believe it or not, I love fufu. I was just popping them things. I was popping them things in my mouth left and right. And I didn't get a chance to. What else did I love? A lot of fish. I ate a lot of fish. It was really good. Cow tail was good. I love the cow tail. And rice, and it was good. So the cow tail is sort of like for us here, it's like oxtails. It tastes like oxtails. Yeah.
How long did it take to get there? And how did you go?
God.
Right.
So to go there and back, I was on 10 planes.
10 planes?
10
really? No joke.
planes. No
That's
joke.
crazy.
I got
5
home.
planes
Literally,
to
this
get
is
there?
my first.
Wow.
Yeah, 5 planes. 5 planes to get there and 5 planes to get back. It literally got back last night at about 11:30. So this is my first full day back in the States.
Give me the 5 now, real quick. From what
So
to what to what?
So from Los Angeles to Texas, from Texas to Atlanta, from Atlanta to Paris. Oh, hold on. Let me hold on. I might be actually not giving enough planes. Wait a minute. So it was from Los Angeles to Texas, Los Angeles to Dallas, Los Angeles to Dallas, Dallas to Atlanta. Atlanta to Paris, Paris to Yaoundé, Yaoundé to Douala. So that's 6 planes. And I had to do the same thing back.
All jets?
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
All jets?
Just the big, the Airbuses, the
Airbus.
Yeah.
Is it expensive, the flight ticket?
No. I mean, I wanted to stay a couple of more days, so I changed my flight. And when you change your flight, you got to pay a little bit more, because I wasn't ready to go home. I was. Malcolm could tell you that himself. I'm staying another couple. We're gonna stay like 2 more days. So I called it. I'm really tight because it's Sunday now, and I actually got to go to work tomorrow. And I'm spent. I'm so spent.
So, Prince. Okay, I'm gonna call you Prince now. Prince.
Right.
How was it doing your COVID test coming back again? Was it
Actually, it was just as easy to take the COVID test there as it was here. You just have to find the right spots, and you have to make sure the roads are clear because they have a lot of road issues in certain places. But yeah, when I took the COVID test here, I just went to it's a certain one you have to take. Okay, you can't just go and take the rapid test. You have to take the one that's called PCR test. Yes,
yeah.
You have to take the PCR test, and you make sure that it has to be within 72 hours of your flight. Okay, any more time than that, they won't accept it. When I was there, we went to I forgot what city we were in to take the test there. But same thing. I just went in, they put the Q-tip up my nose, and then they sent me my results on WhatsApp.
Wow.
WhatsApp?
Yeah, they send it to you on WhatsApp. Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
Yeah, and you don't have to, and you could just take your phone, and when you're going through the airport, they'll look at your phone, they just open it up, spread it out, and be able to tell, and you're fine. Had no problems with the COVID test.
Apart from in the village, how did you feel by the Cameroonian society as an African American? Did you feel any difference of treatment? Do you feel like you fit in? Did you feel discriminated because you speak English, or how is it?
If you don't talk, they don't know. They don't notice anything. It's just normal. They will notice by the way you dress that you might not fit in. But if you just dress like in traditional clothing and you just walking up and down the street, no one will even bother you or look at you any different. The only time you might want to, if you're buying things like things to bring home, souvenirs and stuff to your family, if you speak now, they will jack your prices up on you. So, like for instance, I went to get a Bumleke bracelets, some bracelets for my daughter, and I swear it was like 3 bracelets, little bitty thin bracelets for my daughter. She's 12 years old. And the lady said, I said, how much? Just like that, how much? And she looked at me, she said, 10,000. I said, you're crazy. I said, you're crazy. I walked away. And some of the people who were there. I mean, the thing was really only worth like 500 or less, And I was like, so you have to be careful. Don't because they're about taking your money. They will price gouge you there. So you just have to be careful with that. Have someone who speaks the native tongue to do all of your negotiations for you, which was easy for me because I had like 3 or 4 people who spoke fluent English and French.
But
that's a good point. That's really a good point. Very, very good point.
Did you feel any tension between French and English speaking people over there?
Yes. Especially if you, not to get into too many people business, there's schools there and certain schools you go to, they will give you a hard time. Um, they'll give you a hard time depending on where you're from and who you are. Um, like I'm just gonna say it, like you have like the Betty people and the Bamaleke people. If they find out, they kind of play off of each other. Like the Bamaleke people don't really want to have too many issues like that. Like they're giving, they don't have, they'll treat you the same way. But the Betty people don't really want to, help you, or they'll sabotage you if you're doing like higher education and stuff like that. So they'll.
So the French-speaking Bamileke people will be actually welcoming, but the Betty people, French-speaking, might be different. You know what I mean?
No. How can I explain it? If you Bamaleke, there's going to be a connection regardless. They're fine. They won't give you a heart. It's always going to be a connection, but because it's a separation with the English and it can have some sort of tension,
Yeah.
But it's still okay. It's like it's okay. It's just when you're trying to do business with other ethnic groups, that's when the tensions start to occur. But if you Bamaleke, it's fine.
Can you tell the difference other than the language? I mean, can you look at a person and see a difference?
No, for me personally, no, I wasn't there long enough to figure that out. People had to explain a lot of that for me.
but can you? I mean, I had this lady who, like I said some time ago, that saw me, and I told her I was Bamileke. She said, "Yes, you are absolutely." And she's like, "I can tell."
Because of features, certain features.
Certain features.
Yeah,
okay.
Certain features you can tell who's Bamaleke, and you can tell like, okay, yeah, you look Bamaleke. Right. When it comes to the lips and the teeth, the gaps, the eyebrows, the cheekbones. You can tell.
Okay.
Yeah, you can definitely tell. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
But overall, the Bamaleke people are really loving people. They open their arms. And gifts. They will feed you. They will always pour you a glass of wine. They have wine for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. No matter what, they always have some French wine sitting there and just waiting for you to have a drink.
Yes. Let me just say that the prince just said they have big stomachs. Did I read that right?
That's the king and I were we was joking about that. Whose stomach was the biggest? How many months I am and how many months he is. It was great.
That's why she knew I was Bamaleke.
Yeah, the Bamaleke man. Yeah, big stomach is that's common. It's not like an out of shape thing.
No, I don't know. No, we look good.
Just that round belly,
Mother Africa.
Yeah, it was great. Food is not the issue.
Zoe just joined the chat. I don't know if you got anything, Zoe. You want to introduce yourself? Thank you again, brother Prince.
No problem.
Hello, everyone. I'm actually multitasking here, so carry on. There's nothing much to say. Just listening, really, and just doing some other stuff.
Okay, thank you.
I'm enjoying it, yeah.
Where are you from?
In the UK.
In the UK.
So I don't know who's asking that question. I'm in the UK. I can't see anyone. I haven't got the screen up. Yeah, but from Nigeria originally.
Okay. Are we all good?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah.
And find someone who is a great driver, because they weave in and out of. It's like it's a controlled mess. I tell you, if you've never been to another country and you haven't noticed how they drive, listen, it's just they have the motorcycles, and they on the left and the right of you. You have cars on the left and right of you. They don't separate like how we separate the streets. It's like everyone is up and down the same streets, and you hear you hear a horn being honked every 5 seconds to let you know either they passing you by or no one stops. Everybody just keeps going. It's like a flock of birds all trying to get through the roads together. It's scary. I white knuckled a few times holding on to the top of the car, the handle, and like, whoa, slow down. Oh, they tell you, oh, it's like this. This is the way we do it. And man, I was afraid. Every time I got in the car, I'm not gonna lie, I was afraid because you just don't know. I mean, you literally inches away from another car just trying to get by, and they have a lot of trucks that's always in the way, and they move slow, so they zoom right past the trucks. And the roads are not, like I said, the roads they need a lot of work. They need a lot of work. The infrastructure needs a lot of work. But the people are really like, you don't have to worry about food and like so the two things I know that I can say that was just the most uncomfortable was the driving and the lack of power and internet connection. But it was probably also where I was at as well. But the power goes out all the time. People have generators, it kicks in. You need fuel, you need petrol to start the generators. But I was probably there and I had maybe two rainstorms there, and the power was out. And I had one place where the power was out for 2 days. Yeah, but you don't need it because it is what it is. If you guys gonna go out there, bring a solar power battery chargers. They sell them on eBay. Just a little small solar power battery charger. That'll help, but keep your eye on it because it's valuable out there. Actually, have mine come up missing.
So Prince.
Yes.
How many wife your king got?
How many wives? That's funny. No wives yet, just one wife so far.
Okay.
Even though I did get the green light from my wife to go ahead and do it, I'm like,
no. I mean, how many wives does Family King? You went to different kingdoms.
For my king,
mm-hmm.
I believe he has maybe, I want to say 32. I'm not sure. He has a lot of wives, a lot of kids. It's a lot. It's more than 20 for sure.
So what do you think about that being part of your culture?
Whoa.
I'm fine with it. It doesn't bother me if they're happy. Who am I to change anything or voice my opinion on it? If two adults, if that's what they want, that's what they want. Okay. Me personally, I think it's just a handful. That's too much for me to handle.
Okay, we just got Brother Donnell. Welcome to the chat, Brother Donnell. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. Greetings to everybody, man.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like a half hour in, late to the conversation. I just came back from doing some grocery shopping, and I didn't know my brother was going to be speaking today, or else I would have saved grocery shopping for tomorrow.
Well, I know Malcolm. I know Malcolm is going to have me come back on another day to talk about all of this stuff. So
yeah, we'll try again. We got a lot of questions. You see,
I'm gonna have to wake up and fix because I'm still a little. Like I said, I'm actually running on 4 hours of sleep.
Question, yeah, let me ask you last question. So, I saw one of your video in a beautiful hotel somewhere. I don't know if it was Limbe, Boya. Where was that?
I was in Boya. You mean with the?
It was quiet. You hear the birds and everything.
I think I was in Boya. Yeah. Oh, Boya. Yeah, I was in
the Mount Cameroon behind there.
Yeah, it was Mount Cameroon. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you went to Is it a Comcam? Is it a Comcam? You went to the fall.
Waterfall and Comcam. Yep. I went there.
No, that's where they made the first
Tarzan. Yeah. They talk about that there. I don't really talk too much about Tarzan.
The Bamileke and the Littoral region, Nyan Konsamba.
That's a good place for you guys to visit as well. It's very it'll warm your heart. It'll calm you. It'll feel, if you want to feel like, you know, you're a part of Africa, that's a place you want to go for sure.
Speaking about that, what do you think are the main tourist attraction you would recommend to an African American going to Cameroon?
Well, there was for my agenda, there was quite a few things I was supposed to do, but I just didn't do it just because I wanted to pretty much stay in the village, and then it just ended up I was running around with the king a lot, going to different places. But you know, they have the slave houses and stuff where they were being shipped, and you can go there. You wanted to say something, Bill? Oh, I think he just left. There's quite a few places. I mean, try Yaoundé and Douala. You know, those are like some of the big cities you can go to. They have a lot of museums and things like that out there you can see. But I never got a chance to. Every time I wanted to try to do something, I was told that, you know, they had other plans for me. So on my next visit, I'll be able to go out and do what I want to do. But as of you know, I had 10 days to kind of get it, to cram as much in as possible. It is what it is.
I'm curious to know, brother, what does the name mean? Wambe Tukam Toko? Am I pronouncing that correct?
Yeah, yes, you are. Wambe means warrior prince. It's a title that was given to me by His Majesty Fancy. Tukam means the eldest son of the king. He is now my father. And Toko means the seed planter, the person who, you know, takes care of the family, the provider, stuff like that. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you probably had our opportunity to already kind of go through so many different things. So, you know, again, I apologize, but
no, it's okay.
I'm just curious to know, if you don't mind repeating yourself, well, how did that process work? Like, how did you become a prince? How were you able to get the name? How did they decide to give you that name and so forth?
So like I said earlier, the way I received the name came from the ancestors. They had to go out and like at night and talk to the ancestors and do a ceremony on my behalf, and they came up with the name. The ancestors gave them the name Tukam, Toko, and so it was the king and the kingmakers. So the kingmakers, if I could put it in a way so we all here in America can understand, just think of the president and the Congress, you know, the Congress.
Okay.
So, you see what I'm saying? So the Congress and the president got together and spoke to the ancestors, and the ancestors gave them this name to give to me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this is your first trip to Cameroon, correct? Or
this is my first trip. This is my first trip.
Oh,
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Man.
And I'll be back soon. I'm already working on my next trip. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I know there's so much that you can share about it, so I'm just going to sit back and just listen and soak it all in.
Oh, any questions? I mean, I'd rather you guys ask me the questions than me just ramble on and on personally.
Okay, we got Princess Mipo. She just joined as well. I don't know if she got anything to add, anything to share as well before we actually round up and finish the meeting. So, Princess, how are you doing?
Good evening, everyone.
Greetings.
Okay. I'm doing fine. And it is a pleasure for me to be with you now. And I will once again say welcome to Brother Tukam. And I would like to remind that my grandfather was called Tukam, exactly Tukam, from Batufam. And he was a prince. And the latest chief of Batufam was also called Tukam. So I don't know what I would have to say because I just came in. But I would like to ask a funny question like that. From the cap he's wearing, have they given you, have they taught you how to wear the cap, or they just gave you the cap like that?
So the king actually put this cap on my head. This was his crown or his cap that he wore, and he told me to. He actually gave it to me and put it on my head. I haven't taken it off since just to go to sleep, and it was already pressed on my head this way. So he put this on my head this way. Why do I have it on the wrong way?
Okay, because I have there's somebody here who used to say that the ndop doesn't kill, but the cap can kill.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they say that the cap can kill? Because we have different types of caps.
Mm.
We have different colors of caps.
Mm.
And we have different way of using a cap. The way you put the cap on your head is a message, and it explains, he tells people who you are, the initiated.
Mm-hmm.
From the way maybe the cap is, that head is looking at the left, at the right, in front or behind, it is a message. That is why I was asking that question. For the moment, I don't have enough information about that, but during the festival here, we had somebody who talked on the use of cap in the Gracio culture. And I think that we are managing to translate those articles in English. And once it will be ready, I think that maybe it will help some people to have more information about the use of caps.
Mm.
And
well, I tell you, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I tell you one thing. I tried to take the cap off plenty of times because I was just so hot. And every time I took it off, the king was like, put your cap on, don't take it off. I was like, okay. I gave up trying to take it off. I just wiped my brow from here and keep it on. I didn't want to disrespect anybody or anything.
But the problem is that today, unfortunately, we notice that even in palaces, people are not no more really attached to culture. It means that there are many things people don't know about the culture. And today we have even many kings who are not more really connected to our culture. And why am I saying that? Because when we were doing the festival, we have a king who was present, and he himself, as a king, he was so surprised about things that were told about culture, about the ndop and the social use of ndop, for instance. And he was so, wow, I never knew about that. Meaning that today, what we are trying to do is to see how to organize meetings with those kings for them to learn. Because today, in the name of maybe because of modernization of Africa, we have lost many things about our culture. And I think it is one of the most important things we have to do to make sure that the present and the future generation get connected once again to our values.
Yeah, I was told that a lot of the youth today, a lot of the young adults were wearing things they weren't supposed to wear, wearing, traditional clothing that was only made for people that are royalty, and they try to they turn it into fashion, and it's the wrong way of doing things. So yes, I totally understand what you're saying.
Even even with the royalty, it is not everybody from the royalty that is supposed to wear maybe the ndop. Even amongst the princess and the prince, for you to wear it, you should deserve it. It is not because today people say, oh, I'm a prince, I'm a princess, so I can wear it. It is not true. Even as a king, as a prince or a princess, you have to. And one of the things that people do not know is that even for a king to wear a certain type of traditional things, I will say that there are some rituals he has to pass through. Maybe I will take the example of sitting on the chair. You can be a king, but if you don't go to your mother's family and they put you on the chair there are certain things that you are not supposed to do, even though you are a king. For you to do those things or to wear a certain number of things, you have to go to there are many rituals you have to pass through. And today we see a king, we see maybe a prince wearing a cap of seven, the seven wearing a cap of a king, of a prince, and they do not know difference between that. Somebody told me that recently in Yaoundé, there's somebody who used to wear a cap like that and putting, how do you call it? La plume, c'est quoi? This bird, how do you call it? The bird.
Bird feed?
Yes, the bird feed, yes.
Mm-hmm.
He used to wear his cap, putting this red bird feed on it. He was just wearing it like that. And one day he went to sit somewhere. There are some people coming from a palace in Northwest. They were looking at him. And after, maybe they tested him spiritually. They felt that he was not he was not heavy, if I would say it like that. And they asked him, who are you and where are you wearing that cap? He said, I'm just wearing it. It is my cap. I bought it so. And they remove it from his head. And they told him, it is the last time we are seeing you with this. And as for Sokoju is one of the chief, the most renowned chief here in the Western, in the Bamileke Kingdom. He told me recently that you can wear a cap like that, putting something on it, and maybe people will come even at night, thinking that you are part of their secret society, and then they discover that you are not part of that. It means that it is a kind of provocation. And if they are not too gentle with you, they can do something that you will regret after. So it was just, it is from the cap that I had to ask all those questions and bring all those few things I know about.
So, Princess, my cap I bought in the market in Douala. So, is it a right cap for me to wear? I don't know.
You are there, you are abroad, you can wear it. But here, for you to wear it, you have to make sure that the problem is that when you are abroad, they will say that, okay, you are promoting your culture. They can allow you to wear it there. Mm-hmm. But when you come now in the midst of those people who are initiated, you have to be careful.
Okay.
The problem is not the cap. The problem are those thinking that you are provoking them.
Okay.
That's the real problem.
So you got to be careful when you're in Cameroon and then when you wear the cap.
Yes.
Know how you wear it and which one you're wearing.
Yes.
Okay. I take that.
For instance, the phone of the chief of the king of Bangula, he told me that he went to the market because I was asking him, the person who is selling those things, is the person supposed to know why you are buying it? He said, no. He's selling, he's in need of money. Then if you come to buy, It is not his problem. He's not there to know what you will do with the cap or the clothes. So he went to Marché Bay in Bafoussam one day to buy a cap. And he asked the woman, this is what you have to do on the cap. You have to put this, le cori, c'est quoi?
Le cori. Le cori en anglais, c'est quoi encore là? Monsieur Monté, c'est quoi le cori en anglais?
Voilà, ça suit ton chapeau. Non, montre ça qu'ils me disent.
Okay. So she's talking about this thing on the cup. I don't know if you guys can see it.
How do you call it in English?
I don't know how you call it in English though. I don't know.
You gotta come. Can you come closer?
Allez, la main.
Oh, the what do you call those? The shells.
Isn't it the cowrie shell?
Yeah.
Okay. So he asked the woman to put it on it, forming many circles. Then the woman asked, what do you want to do with the cap? Because she knew that type of cap is for kings. And he said, oh, I just want to wear it. I saw people with it and I want to wear it. And the woman said, oh, I'm just selling. Be careful. So he bought the cap, he went. The other day he came back, he asked another thing. The other one said, why are you always coming to ask those things? What are you doing? He said, okay, I just want to wear it. I have no money, I have to buy it. Then it is one day that somebody passed and say, bonjour, majesté. Good morning, His Royal Highness. It's then that the woman said, I always knew that you were somebody from the kingdom, from the palace. That is why, because I never understood why you always come here and ask for those things. You see, it means that the woman knew that it is not for everybody to wear those type of cap, but she cannot refuse to sell because she's there to sell. Then
Right.
you the person who is buying, you are supposed to know how to use it. That's the real problem, actually, because people are doing things saying, okay, we are in the world have changed. Now we are free to wear. And that is why we are losing our culture. Because coming to Ndop, for instance, people always know that the Ndop is just what we are seeing behind Brother Tukam, but there are many types of Ndop that we don't still have on the market today because it's difficult it takes time to make it. And handicraftsmen said that they don't have time to do that because it will be very expensive and people will not buy. And many years before, from the type of ndop somebody was wearing, you could know that this is a king, this is a servant, you could read from the design who the person is. But today we see everybody wearing the same type of ndop. For instance, the person putting the red on the ndop, it is not everybody who put that red color on the ndop.
Let me show them what you're talking about.
Yes.
Give me 1 second. You can keep talking. Just give me 1 second.
Yes. So that is it. We have today we really need to go back to our roots and to learn more about our culture, because if you don't do that, it will be from days to days we see that we are losing many things in our culture, and it is not good for us.
So I have a question for the princess. So I completely understand where you're coming from. So who do you, if there's so many different things that may have changed where, you know, some of the people are getting away from the culture, who do you get the authentic information from? Is it only people who serve within the kingdom? How do you gather the authentic information so that you know that you're not getting, you know, misinformation?
I work on the field, so I go to see the kings. I go from palace to palace. I read a lot. I read from books, and there are many books that have been written maybe by French people concerning our culture. At time when you give an information, people will say, those are information that have to be kept a secret. I say those informations are from books written by white men. So if you think today that you have to hide those information, then you are not right. So if I go from 1, 2, 3, 5 kings, and they tell me the same thing, it means that that is the truth. If I go from 1 village, 2 village, 3 or 4 villages, and have the same information, it means that they are not inventing it. The problem today is that we don't want to read, we don't want to go on the field, we don't want to hear what other people have to say. The other day, I was talking with a Cameroonian, what is that? Somebody from the world of cinema who is planning to do a film concerning culture for children. And when I was explaining a certain number of things, maybe concerning the ritual dance kak that is in our village in Batu Farm, I was explaining why our ancestors initiated that type of dance, and the different les étapes, c'est quoi encore?
Stage.
Okay, the different stages of initiation. And he asked me, where do you get those information from? I said, I go on the field. When I go to the village, I know that for that dance to take place, we start from this compound, we go to that other compound. I try to understand, why do we start in this compound? They will tell me the history of the village. I go to the other person. Why do they come to your compound to do this stage of the dance? He will explain. Then I go back to the king. I ask the questions, and the king would explain. This is because, and since in the village they already know that I'm interested in those things, and I'm the person in charge of communication in the village. When the dance during that period, there are certain things that people are not allowed to see, but the notables will come, and the initiated people will come and call me and say, come and see this. Because they want me to understand, because they know that I am communicating about that. So for me to give the best information, they have to make me know about some informations. That's how I work on the field.
Thank you, Princess. Thanks a lot. That was a lot of information. So we're gonna go through everyone now to try and close the meeting. I'm sure we've been here for so long. So anyone want to add anything before I can go through? Okay, I'm gonna start with all the ladies first. So Sister Zoe, anything you want to add? Hello, Zoe. It's probably more.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna close it very soon. I just wanted to go through everyone to make sure that we express everything. If you got anything to add or.
Oh, that's okay. I've just been listening.
Thank you.
Enjoying it, yeah.
Thanks for your time again. So we're gonna go to Mari Kimbi. Hello, Mari. It's probably busy. So we're gonna move on to Sister Avanti Hall. How you doing, sister?
Hey, I'm good. This was great. As always.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's very informative, a lot of good information. I love to hear about the prince's experience going to Cameroon. And I can't wait to do this and see everyone again next week.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So if you got anything you want to share or, you want to speak about next week, you got my social media, just
Yes.
send me a link and then I'll see what we can do because we're here to, speak about everything.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thanks again for your time. Okay, I think that's all the lady we got there. So we're going to move to Mr. Chocote Monte, our brother, the man with
If
the
anyone wants to add me on Facebook, it's the same name you see here. You can add me and you can we can discuss. I will give you my cell phone number there, and we can have a conversation about anything you like.
Okay, so thank you, brother. Thank you for that. That's how we mean by reconnecting. So, Sister Mary Kimby, I think she's back now. Yes, I just wanted to see if you got anything to add.
No, not really.
Okay.
I'm having this constant headache.
I know. So you need to send me the phone number for our brother. So we're gonna see what we can do in terms of helping to go through a movie, which actually gonna expose, talk about the reconnection and everything in Cameroon and in America. How our brother and sister, they left and then came back again. So if you can send me his phone number and I'll call him after. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, cool. All right, brother Chokonche Monche, the man with the knowledge.
He said the man with the knowledge. No, man. I am a forever student. I am a forever student. I'm learning every day. Yeah. Yeah, always great,
Mm-hmm.
So I know I haven't been really talkative today. I'm doing a long driving right now. I'm sure you guys heard noises. But I always say, always trying to find time to tune up and hear and contribute to whatever I can contribute, and also hear the good stuff that is always present here to this meeting. So now, Mary Kimby, I'm gonna come after you again. Nah, I'm not coming after you no more. All right, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, as I say, don't panic. I mean, I know right now, as soon as somebody's feel a little bit dizzy or whatever, sick, we already know where your mind is at, right? So you're gonna be fine. And I'm sure you're gonna find some stuff over there to drink. I don't know if you have anywhere you can get the Artemisia leaf. You know Artemisia, right? Do you did you hear me? Uh-oh.
Are you there, Mary?
Hear anything?
Okay.
How's she gone?
Okay.
I feel
Is
that.
she there? Okay.
She's there. Mary is there.
All right. Yeah, probably she's having some connection problem. Okay. Yeah. So basically, it's always a pleasure for me. You already know, to come and help each other, because it's not just about us, telling you about what we are, but we're also learning. I'll tell you right now. I mean, all of us here, as we sharing this stuff with you, ourselves, we are trying to fully reconnect as well. Because all of us, having to embark into this Western way. I went to school. I went to school, get my master, whatever. You cannot get that education without being influenced by it. It's impossible. So even though I did a great job to kind of handle on those traditional values, but again, hey, there are so many things that affected me that I'm actually trying to undo myself. So as I'm empowering you, as we empower you, you guys are doing the same by coming up with your questions and concern and all of that. There are many things that we didn't see that you guys, by coming with us like this and talking, we actually realized like, oh, okay, maybe I need to find out more about this part. So this is great. And you know. And as Brother Monkam said, you know, I know you guys are gonna come up with the greatest topic because you know, you are more likely to ask many stuff and want to know more. I confess something with you right now. The sharpest question that I got, or the challenge that I got so far, actually, brothers and sisters from here versus those in the motherland. Because yeah, so it's great for us to team up with you guys and reconnect again, because it's helping us on both sides. So don't think we only doing you a favor. You're actually doing us a favor too. So all right, thank you so much.
Drink your ginger, Kimby. Drink your ginger. I have a quick funny story. When I was with His Majesty Happy, they gave me some orange juice, and I thought the orange juice was they said orange juice with ginger, and I thought it was just a little bit in there. I didn't realize it was ginger with orange juice. I drank it and I took a big gulp. My ears was burning, my eyes start watering. It went down hot. I couldn't do it. But they kept telling me, drink more, you'll get used to it. And I went crazy. It was just the funniest thing. Everybody was laughing at me, but it helps. It does help, because I did have like a scratchy throat and it went away, no problem. So there are some things you can take without really worrying about the COVID stuff and all of that thing. And like I said, I had to take my COVID test just to get back here, but no problems whatsoever.
Okay, so
yes, please. I'm glad that you said. I'm sorry, Brother Monkam. I'm glad that you say it. I'm glad that you say it, because I'm telling you. I mean, we talking here, and I want everybody here to know this so-called thing is a fear that's gonna kill you.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you fear, that's it. You're gone. Okay. See, if you take that as a normal, like if you have your cough or whatever, you take. Okay, I have a normal flu, like I have a normal flu like I used to have back in the days, and I used to. You'll be just fine. But if you put the fear on it, oh, I have COVID. Oh, okay, that's it. Then you go down. You know, you got your ginger, you got your turmeric, you have your, you know, whatever vitamin D supplement that you could have, you know, if you don't have the sun, because the sun is the best vitamin D. And I'm sure our brother Tokam had enough of that vitamin D there.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are stuff that empower us. So
Yes.
as long as we keep that in mind and we remove that fear of our mind, because again, this system, whether it's in England or in the United States, one thing that they excel the most is to sell fear. Okay,
Very
so
true.
just wanted to put that out there. Yeah.
Thank you again, brother. All right, let's move on to brother Bobby. Bobby, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Actually, I enjoyed this meeting. I learned a whole lot each time we meet, and I like the idea or the information about the family, the culture, just good stuff. Very good stuff.
Thank you. Just let you know, we're all learning, so we're learning from you guys as well. And then again, by doing this, it does push me to learn more about my craft and more things. Like I always say, you know, I'm a Bamileke, but I was born outside the Bamileke in the Bechi area, where Toko was saying, in the Bechi area. And I grew up over there. You know, I started visiting the Bamileke area when I was already a certain age. So I'm also discovering so many things, you know, by going through the process with you guys. And I do appreciate that. Thank you. All right, let's go to brother Donnell. How you doing, brother? I know you always got a lot of questions. You can ask all your questions now, brother.
Well, for the sake of time, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be on my best behavior. The brother, you know, Tukam said that he'll provide his information. I did have a lot of information in regards to his trip and his experience, so that I don't tie up everybody. I'll just wait for the information, and brother, I'll just reach out to you with some of my questions. But like pretty much what everybody said, you know, it's always great to be able to come in and have these discussions. I always take away something new that I process and feed on for the whole week.
Okay.
You know, it makes me look forward to every Sunday to have these discussions to learn more. I'm a student as well. I love to learn. So I'm just absorbing everything, you know, as, you know, everyone is sharing the different information. So again, I'm grateful for, you know, just to be a part of the group.
Okay, thank you, thank you. I mean, just to let you know again, you know, you got brother Wambe, Prince Wambe, you got brother Monche Chokonche as well, and you got myself. So if you want to ask anything, you know, if you want to compare anything, you always got us to check it. And the distance between brother Monche and brother Tukam village is about probably 10 minutes if you're driving, 10-15 minutes maximum. And the distance between brother Tukam and my village is 5 minutes. I can actually walk it. I mean, I know I've got to go past his village to get to my village. So if you want to be in the same area, or you can be in a different village just near. So if you don't want to be like all together in the same village, you know, there's a lot of village there in the Bamileke area we can accommodate you. And the land in the Bamileke area in the village is completely free. I'm sure that Mr. Toko is going to confirm that as well. So you don't need to pay for the land. There's always land there. You know, the land belongs to your ancestors. So when anyone reconnect there, they're going to give you land. You know, am I wrong, Mr. Monche Chokonte?
You know, I will let you speak on that. I can't promise. I don't want to promise you free land. I don't have that power.
No. I mean, because from my knowledge, because in my village, I can take anyone there and I can give you land, and I don't need.
Yes, yeah, well, yeah, of course, because you have land that was passed down from, you know, your father and everything. So you realize that we're speaking of Africa, and it's the second largest continent on the planet. So it's plenty of space.
It is the largest continent on Earth.
Okay,
not the second.
Okay.
I was about to say,
Hey, I'm
that's
not
the man with the knowledge. The man with the knowledge. That's it.
I'm not gonna argue with the teacher.
The man with the knowledge.
No, we could prove it. We could prove it, though. I mean, it's not just we saying it. We can give you the circumferences, and you compare with others. You know.
Okay, I believe you, brother. I believe you.
Yeah.
I tell you, when I was flying in, I saw volcanoes like rivers of lava. So the land is always growing. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like, it was beautiful just flying in and just seeing the different lava trails.
Okay, thank you again, brother Boris. How you doing, brother? Brother Boris?
Doing good. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I was still muted.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, bro.
Yes, I'm doing good. Thank you so much. Oh, I was really happy to get to talk about this topic, the Bamileke financial culture. And I also learned a lot, even though I'm Bamileke myself. I grew up in a very mixed environment. I grew up in the capital city, so I wasn't only with Bamileke. So there are many things I don't know. So it's always good to be together to learn, even from people who recently found out they're Bamileke themselves. So I feel that the family mindset I mentioned before is here at play. So I'm very happy to be here. I look forward to the next session. And I hope when I go back to Cameroon, I will let the people in the group know that I'm going back to Cameroon so we can meet there. That would be amazing.
Yeah, thank you. I forgot, you can also ask brother Boris, because when I was giving the names of earlier, I forgot to mention you. Anyone need anything, any question about anything in Cameroon, you want to compare anything, brother Boris is there. Please ask him. So, but let me ask you a question. You was born in Yaoundé, is it?
Yeah, I was born in Yaoundé.
And you grew up in Yaoundé.
But I was conceived in the English part of Cameroon. My family used to live in Boya.
Okay. Yeah, I was born not far from there. I was born in Balmayo, which is 50 minutes to Yaoundé. And I went to a college in Yaoundé, Lycée Leclerc.
Oh, okay, I
went to Lycée Leclerc. And yeah, I mean, I spent most of my youth in that area, in the central area, you know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, same as me.
That's good. So I think that we went for, did I forget anyone?
I would like to say something, please.
Oh, go ahead, sister. Yeah.
You talk about the freelance, about the fact that we don't sell lands in Bamileke villages. I would like to say that it depends.
Okay.
Because there are some villages today who do not more have a lot of land, if I may say like that. For instance, if you come to Batu Farm, you will see that there are many natives of Batu Farm who are not able to have a piece of land there. Because this is maybe a small village. Maybe you go now, because if you just say it like that, when somebody will come here and they'll say, okay, you have to give something for you to have a land, maybe the person will think that, I don't know.
Okay.
I would just say that it depends.
Yeah.
It depends on Brother Tukam. I think he gave the right answer by saying that he doesn't have power to say that, because it all depends on the king and of the different chiefs of the quarters of small villages. It depends on them. Yes.
All right. I don't want to promise anybody anything like that. That's definitely between, your chief, and that's above my pay grade. As we say here in America.
I'm glad that you actually mentioned that. Okay, I was talking on my personal situation because my dad came from a village called Koba, which is probably about 20 minutes from Tukam village. My mom is 5 minutes. So, and my dad family supposed to be they're supposed to be king, but they refuse it. They turned down everything. They moved from a different village, from their mom village. They left their dad village. They moved from their mom village. And what happened is that they got all their land over there. So when I went over there, I spoke to a cousin. He's a king at the moment. And then he told me that, Vince, that's your family village, your family land over here. Nobody has claimed that land. But if you got any project, you got anyone, you can allocate that land to everyone. And as you know, in Cameroon, as a Bamileke person, when the dad is buried somewhere, when he is resting somewhere, the whole family is going to go there. So you're not going to remove and then bring it back in the other village. So that's where they established, and all that land in his dad village still around there. And then that's on my personal thing. That's what I was saying that. So anyone want to? Adam?
It is a different case. It is your
it is.
land.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah. So anyone? Did I forget anyone? Brother Monche, you want to close it for us?
Whoa, close it? Man, I want to open it, man. I think me personally, I would like Zoe to tell us a little bit about, maybe next time. I would like to know more about her, Nigeria. What group are you again from, Zoe, please?
Conte, you're just trouble. You're trouble.
I mean, I'm just curious, I'm trying to learn,
I don't know too much, but I know whatever I can share, I will share though. Yeah. Sure.
Yes, that's what I mean, because I mean, I'm sure what I can learn from literature and all those things. I mean, I traveled to Nigeria once, but I mean, speaking from somebody who's from the group, will definitely know a lot of stuff that I will not get from books or just watching videos.
Yeah, I can share about my culture just a bit, but you probably make me go and investigate because I don't know too much about it. I just know the basic. Yeah, but what do I say to that? Yeah, I can just share little things, about the women, the environment, our beliefs and things like that, really.
Yes, that's beautiful. And what group is that again? That's Igbo or
the Shekiri?
Oh, the Shekiri. Okay, interesting. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to that. Maybe for next time.
Yeah, next time. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and also our Blake Kristen.
Hello.
Oh, she's there.
Hey, yeah, I just saw her. She just uh-huh.
Hi.
All right, how are you
Oh, sister,
doing? So
how
I
you
see
doing?
you just joined us, like, but I
Yes,
think you came.
I
Yeah,
just
you
got
came.
to join.
You came when we just like having like word and closing words and stuff. But well, I mean, we don't know if you have anything to share to say. But one thing about the people from that country is that what I personally realized is that a lot of people from Jamaica that I've known here in New York or New Jersey, they have been always very having much more knowledge on the African continent. I guess it's because your music. I guess it's because of reggae, because a lot of the reggae artists are very connected to the land, and the knowledge on especially country like Ghana can be very sharp, and which is very good. So how are you doing? Do you have anything to say tonight?
Oh, well, I'm doing great. And actually, what you said there is so true. Basically, we're very close to our roots, especially there are some traditions that are kept and that we continue to practice. Well, not everybody, but some things are still there. Like we have Dinky Mini, Pocomania, and there are certain art forms or way of cooking that is directly from Africa, and we still have that till today. So it's amazing. There are so many similarities I've found between even Cameroon and Jamaica and other African countries. So the types of food we eat, the way how we cook, like we cook one pot meal sometimes. Um, it's amazing that even Jankunu, we have a celebration called Jankunu, and the dress, how they dress, it's similar to a character that I saw in Cameroon. Like it's like with the cloths cut up in strips. It's the same way that it's done too. So I find it to be very interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that last week you said that you was trying to learn more about the Bamileke and then to compare to your lifestyle and then see that if you got anything which is like similar to that. So from last week to today, do you find anything new?
Well, yes. The dress that I was telling you about, I actually,
Okay.
yeah, because someone from last week's group had shared with me,
Okay.
sent me pictures, and then when I saw the pictures, I actually went and found some other pictures and shared with the person. It's so crazy.
Wow. Wow.
Crazy. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I remember watching a video on YouTube. This guy who had his African ancestral DNA, he went in Cameroon, and then he bought a pattern over there. And then the reason he bought, because he says that his grandmom she used that a lot, and then it was finished. He couldn't find it anywhere, and then she's never traveled in Cameroon before. That was his first time in Cameroon. So he went in Cameroon, and then he saw that pattern. He bought it, and he took it back to his mom, and then he showed that to his mom, and then she confirmed that that's exactly what my mom used to make our clothes with like years ago, and then she was given that by her grandparent as well. So there's so many things like that. I mean, you just can't don't understand. I mean, there's so many things like that.
Yes, indeed.
Wow.
Indeed.
So in Jamaica, right, there is a celebration that you have, and people like will lotion themselves with this black mud. I don't know if it's a oil. What is that exactly? Is it in Jamaica or Trinidad?
I
I'm not
think
sure.
it's French Guyana. I
Oh,
think it's
okay.
French Guyana.
Okay.
Yeah, la Guyane française.
À la Guyane
Uh,
française. Cayenne, c'est ça?
Yes, yes. I think I've seen that practice before, but it's in French Guyana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there is no such thing like that in Jamaica.
In modern, no, I'm not sure. No, I don't remember seeing that. No.
Unless maybe in the Maroon compound.
Maybe in the Maroon. Have you ever heard about a compound village?
Yes, a compound. Yeah, yeah, about
Yes, that's something very interesting. They actually keep
of the Maroon.
everything, everything they keep, all the African traditions, all their art, all their dances, same up till today. And they're their own people. They're, in a sense, they're like independent of Jamaica, but they're in Jamaica. It's kind of funny. But
Yeah.
they live in the hills of Saint Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nani the Maroon. Yeah.
Yes, Nani. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, so that would be good. I mean, honestly, if you got anything to share with us anytime, we
Yes.
can have a Zoom where you can, you can talk about anything, because we want to know about everything as well, because it's not only us, like Brother Monty says, it's not only us like giving information. We want to know also, how, you guys live over there, how everything, so if you got anything you feel that, you want us to know, you can.
Okay, no problem. I'll work on that.
You can take the lead and share it. Anyone else? Sister
Okay.
Avanti,
Well,
got anything to share? You're more than happy to do that. No.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, I know not today. Anytime, really.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that you're learning French as well. Yeah. So how's your French?
Yes. It's coming along.
Okay. Are you looking to learn any Chica language? Any store?
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
learning already?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been
Is it
learning a little bit.
Lamso? Is it Lamso you're learning?
I don't know if it's Limso.
Okay.
I
Wow.
feel like it was called something else.
Okay. So if anyone in the chat here knows anyone who got knowledge about the Chica, please.
It will be greatly appreciated.
So I can get the person in here. Our sister Avanti, she's a Chica. She's our cousin, and she want to know more about the Chica as well.
Yes, thank you.
Right.
The truth is that they are not really different from Bamileke people.
True.
Yes.
Oh.
Because when we talk about the grassfield people, the real grassfield people involve the Tika people. Because when we say the grassfield, we have the western region, the northwest region, a part of the southwest, a part of Littoral, a part of the center, and a part of Adamawa. And that part of Adamawa are the Tika, and they go to in the center region here through Bafia and all those. The point is that when the colonial master came, he divided according to his own interests. They did not take into consideration that cultural link between people. Because today, when we talk about the grass field not just in Cameroon, the grass field go to
Nigeria.
Nigeria with the Igbo people, for instance.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you. So next week I was saying, Sister Chinku, unless you want to help as well. Next week we wanted to talking about the 8 region of the Bamileke area, like the known, the Oncam, all the region, because I was saying before, when in Cameroon you say to someone that you Bamileke, they're gonna ask you another question: what part of Bamileke are you from? So, and then you got to say that, oh, I'm from Bafang, I'm from Bafusam, or I'm from that. So we're going to concentrate, and then we can explain all the part. That we all the same people, but because obviously the woman and the government, they cut everything. So which means that there's a division between all the parts. So we're going to go through that next week. Maybe you can speak about 2 region next week, and then the next week we can speak about 2 other, and then make it to the 8. So what do you guys think about that? Is it a good thing? Oh,
Sounds good.
okay, that's good. Well, I think that we finished. Unless anyone want to add anything,
Yeah, whoever is going to make that presentation, right? It's going to be good to just have the map, map of Africa, and then where is Cameroon, and then you zoom on Cameroon, and then in that map of Cameroon now, the person needs to be able to, show exactly where these people are located, so we can have the visual, geographic, I would say, knowledge of it. You know what I mean? As far as where it's positioned, where all those people are on the map.
Exactly. I mean, I can do the map, or I can present the whole A region, and then maybe Boris, you're from Baham, is it? Baham is a department as well.
Baham is in the Haut Plateau, High Plateau, I guess.
Yeah, you can probably do Baham. Would that be okay?
Okay. You mean introducing Baham to the people?
Exactly. Maybe sister, you can do is it Konki or? I don't know.
But you mean introducing all the villages of Baham and going through them?
No, you can just walk on the bound as a department. You can walk on Baham.
The department around here.
And
I can talk about it.
Subdivision. The Baham and everything, and I can do the 8, just introduce the 8, and then maybe Brother Monte can do the Bafang, the Oncam.
Yes.
That's perfect.
Definitely.
I've got someone doing the Bagante, so we need to find a Bamun, and then we need to find, even you guys, anyone can do it. I mean, Sister Christian, if you want to take any region and then just learn about it and then expose it, that'll be perfect. You want to do that?
I'll pass for now because I'm not so good.
Brother Tuko, you want to take something and then just expose it anytime you want? You got time to do it anyway. It could be next week or the week after.
We're not hearing you.
You're muted, brother.
You're muted.
Tomorrow's gonna be my first day back to work, so I'm gonna be a little busy. Just to be honest with you.
Cool. That's cool. So we're gonna have Baham and Bagante next week, and then the week after that, we're gonna find someone else to carry on with the rest. Well, guys, I finished. You guys all done.
Good. Thank you so much.
Bonsoir.
Thank you, guys.
Good.
Thanks again.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you. Good
Thanks for your
night.
time, guys. Thank you. Good night.